Hi team, this is Chris Abraham from GOHmath. This spring and fall we're hosting a whole brand new series of workshops for teachers for math, science, English, and history. You should check out these workshops. We're going to be holding them in Massachusetts, in Florida, in New York, and California. Check them out. I'm sure you'll find them very helpful. Take care. Hi team, this is Chris Abraham from GOHmath, here to do a new problem as part of the GOHmath 2015 Teacher Workshop Series. We're going to do number 36 on the CBEST Elementary Math Practice Test. 36 involves inequalities and dealing with mixed numbers. So let's just look at those two ideas before we do the problem. Let's think about an inequality like this one right here, 1 and 2. And this symbol here, what this means is it's saying that 1 is less than 2 or 2 is greater than 1. Now I could think about this a couple ways to remember that. Is to remember if you turn this symbol into like an arrow sign, the arrow always points to the smaller number. That's one way to remember it. The arrow points to the smaller number. So that would read 1 is less than 2. Another way I could think about it, I could think about this inequality sign as a Pac-Man. And the Pac-Man's always going to eat the larger number. So wherever the Pac-Man mouth is opened up to, that's the larger number. So in that case, that would read 2 is greater than 1. All right, so I can interpret these symbols as 1 is less than 2, or the Pac-Man opens up to the larger number, 2 is greater than 1. And if there was an equal sign here, all that would do is be 1 is less than or equal to 2, or 2 is greater than or equal to 1. Okay, a little review of inequalities. And now we also have, you can see all these values are a combination of whole numbers and fractions. When you see this, we call this a mixed number. All right? Okay, fair enough. Let's jump in. Number 36. Which of the following mathematical statements is correct? We have options here, A, B, C, D, or E. We have to evaluate these statements and see if they've used the inequalities correctly and if they make sense. So let's look at this first one. 3 2/3. Is 3 2/3 less than 3 1/3? Is it? No, it's not, right? 3 2/3 is greater than 3 1/3. Right? The threes are all, these threes, they kind of cancel each other out here. This 2/3 is greater than 1/3. So we could actually eliminate A just for that reason. Let's look at option B here. 3 2/3, is that greater than 2 2/3? Yes. So far that looks really good. That's looking pretty good. Now let's go to this other one. Is 2 2/3 greater than 3 1/3? If you just want to think about 2 and 3, 2 is not greater than 3, so we'd be able to eliminate B. Okay, let's look at C now. If you got to add in those arrows to help you out, you can, or if you want to think about this in terms of the Pac-Man, you can. Pac-Man's going to a larger number. So I read it as, is 3 1/3 greater than 2 1/3 at 2 2/3? Well, that's true. Is 2 2/3 greater than 3 2/3? That's not true, right? This is smaller, so we cross that one off. Again, we just nailed another one. Let's go to these last two. This one's pointing. This is saying the first term is larger. Is 3 2/3 larger than 3 1/3? Yes. Check. Is 3 1/3 larger than 2 2/3? And the answer is yes. In fact, D is the answer. Now I'm going to do this last one just to tie it up here. I can think of this as the arrows pointing to the smaller one. So is 3 1/3 less than 3 2/3? Yes. Is 3 2/3 less than 2 2/3? No. And therefore we can cross that one off. Okay, so I'm going through this and I'm using my understanding of inequalities to determine which one makes sense, and I have to literally go through each one. Some of them work and some of them don't, and if it doesn't work once, then it's not a true statement and I get to cross it off. Practice this, and I want you, when you do this problem, I want you to practice saying these values like 3 2/3 and also practice interpreting what the inequality means. So this would read 3 2/3 is greater than 3 1/3, which is greater than 2 2/3. Get that practice just for yourself, okay? All right, team, the answer is D. This is Chris Abraham from GOHmath. Hope you liked this video. Have a great day. Take care.